If there is one wow feature in XD, it has to be Auto Animate. When XD was first released, I always felt that the lack of motion was an issue. That feeling has totally disappeared. And I am now officially a happy camper thanks to Auto Animate. In this exercise, we're going to understand how it works, and then we will get into the practical examples. To get yourself started, open the Auto Animate XD document in your chapter download. So when it opens, you'll see we've got two artboards here, our screen 1, screen 2. Each has a red box. See the two red boxes? And to grasp how Auto Animate works, I want you to think of screen 1 and screen 2 as being the keyframes in an animation. So the plan here is to have this box move from here to here. To do that, all we have to do is select the box in the second artboard and just move it to the bottom. Now I want to make sure that I've got the same distance on the x-axis. Yeah, I'm just 2 pixels out, so I just want to make it 71. And now what we've got is a box that's going to go down. To apply the animation, you then switch over to prototype mode, and let's click on the box. So we're going to make the box clickable. So if I tap the box, it goes down. So we're going to click on this little wire here, just drag it out, and we drop it on the second artboard. And you can see that the interactions panel opens up. So the trigger that we're going to use is a tap, but that we could use a drag. You can also use keys and a gamepad to get things working, and even voice. And we'll get into all those later on in this course. Are we going to have a transition? No, we're not going to switch between the artboards. We're going to have Auto Animate. And where's it going? Well, it's going to screen 2. That's what the destination's all about. Next up is easing. This is a slow in, slow out. This is a classic animation technique. And because it starts visibly and ends visibly, we're going to use ease in, ease out. And we'll give it a duration of 0.5 seconds. That's half a second. And then if we come up here and we select screen 1, that's where we're going to start. And we click the preview button, tap it, down it goes. Okay, let's go back to prototype mode. And this time, we're going to select bounce as the ease. So we'll just come down here, and we'll select bounce. And this time, let's increase the duration to 0.6 seconds. Let's click the play button or the preview button. Click. And you can see there's the bounce. Another important aspect of this whole thing is that you are now a master of time. You'll notice that you can change the time. Let's just give this bounce a lot longer to come down. So we'll give it 1 second. And we'll click the play button. Click on this. And you can see how much slower it is. Okay, let's go back to design mode. And we're going to come over to screen 2. And at this time, we're going to reduce the box's opacity. Let's reduce it to 50%. And let's rotate it 45 degrees. No, let's go crazy, 360. So we're going to have a full rotation. Okay, let's come back to screen 1. Click the preview button. Click. And you see that we have a full rotation with opacity change. So what this tells you is that you can use the properties panel to affect the properties and put those in motion as well. For instance, let's change the box color from red to, we'll choose a blue. We'll go with a nice blue up here. We'll come over to screen 1, click the play button, and you can see the color change is almost immediate. So that any property that you see in here can be tweened. Now, I'm going to put this back to red. And I want to give you a hard and fast rule about working with motion. We'll take the opacity up to 100%. That hard and fast rule is objects in motion must have the same name. So we're going to come to screen 2, and we're going to see that in the layers panel, it's known as a box. And if we come over to screen 1, it's also known as box. So let's change the name to red box. just on screen 1. Okay, let's test it. And you can see we get a transition. The hard and fast rule is real simple. If you want to break an animation, just change the names of the objects in motion. So there you have it, auto animate. Just keep these points in mind when using it. Artboards are keyframes. Single or multiple properties of objects can be animated. Motion is applied using prototyping. And duration puts you as a master of time and lets you choose the length of the animation. And finally, objects in motion must have the same name. In the next exercise, we're going to look at this little area up here, the triggers.